may this be one of the best moments of your life. You're listening to the Business Mirror Podcast for a broader look on business with Senior Editor Dennis Estopace.
Good day. Welcome to Business Mondays with BM, a segment of the Business Mirror BM Broader Look podcast that tackles the performance of the Philippine stock market. The Business Mondays with BM podcast is based on the stock market outlook story written by Business Mirror reporter VG Cabuag and comes out every Monday. For the text version online, please go to www.businessmirror.com.ph and search for Stock Market Outlook. For the print edition, please go to the company section of the Business Mirror newspaper. Let's get on with the story. Share prices managed to inch higher despite the stormy weather during the week that crippled the country's main trading centers on Thursday. Nonetheless, volume of trade rose due to the MSCI rebalancing of its index for the Philippines. The benchmark Philippine Stock Exchange Index gained 284.19 points to close at 6,969.88 points. The main index could have closed at the 7,000 point level during the week, as it touched that level as early as Tuesday when it gained 5% despite the disappointing gross domestic product figures of the country in the third quarter. The economy contracted 11.5% in the third quarter, which was beyond many analysts' expectations of about 9.6%. The main index remained at the 7,000 level on Wednesday, but trading was suspended on Thursday due to the devastation in Luzon brought by Typhoon Ulysses, international name VAMCO. The main index gave up points when trading resumed on Friday. Heavy volume was seen on Tuesday due to the MSCI Philippines rebalancing, which will take effect before the end of the month. Many investors are also taking the opportunity to make their deals while the market was still up. The average trading value for the week reached 11.29 billion pesos, or double the year-to-date average. Foreign investors were net buyers at 3.19 billion pesos. In his weekly market recap, Chris Mangon, head of research for AAA Equities Incorporated, said overall trading volumes declined from the week before but remained above the weekly average despite the shortened trading week. Mangon said this tells investors that there was actually increased trading on a daily basis. Foreign flows reversed as they end the week with outflows, Mangon said. All other sub-indices ended on the green, led by the All Shares Index that gained 138.83 points to close higher at 4,083.55 points. The Financials Index added 46.40 to 1,326.57. The Industrial Index rose 211.86 to close higher at 9,072.19. The Holding Firms Index surged 173.06 to 7,215.79. The Property Index soared 333.31 to close higher at 3,528.59. The Services Index climbed 28.93 to 1,541.07. And the Mining and Oil Index was up 394.93 to close higher at 8,298.94. For the week, gainers outnumbered losers 170 to 63, and 17 shares were unchanged. The top gainers were Central Azucarera de Tarlac Incorporated, PH Resorts Group Holdings Incorporated, Liberty Flour Mills Incorporated, DFNN Incorporated, Macro Asia Corporation, and Global Ferronickel Holdings Incorporated. The top losers, on the other hand, were Grand Plaza Corporation, Bogo Medellin Mailing Company Incorporated, Manila Mining Corporation B, Robinsons Land Corporation, Vantage Equities Incorporated, and PXP Energy Corporation. This week's share prices are expected to go down as the market evaluates the damage to the economy caused by the successive typhoons that devastated the most part of Luzon. Broker 2Trade Asia said investors may have priced in the risk related to the presence of cyclones during this period. But the 5 storms that hit the country in just a span of 2 weeks, 3 of those wreaking havoc along their path, may force investors to recalculate investment plans. Broker 2Trade Asia said the higher inflation of 2.5% for the third quarter will be eclipsed by the expected higher print for November and December, especially for food staples and transportation. Unfortunately, the rise is not for demand reasons as is desired by the market, the broker added. Broker 2Trade Asia said there may be investment plays in the market after a calamity such as rising demand for construction materials and consumer durables. The broker said, however, that a rebound may not be pronounced as in the past due to the pandemic and poor consumer confidence. The windows draw close this week as far as earnings reporting is concerned, Broker 2Trade Asia said. The broker added that sights will be set on the imagination of 2021 and, in their view, the more important 2022. Broker 2Trade Asia said it sees immediate support for the main index at 6,800 points and resistance at 7,000 points. According to Mangun, the Philippine Stock Exchange Index may gain momentum and move higher in the coming week as more investors will try to chase the current uptrend. Mangun said the market's uptrend was confirmed after it broke above the 6,584 high that it hit back in June. Mangun said moving forward, they are expecting blue chips to move with less volatility as it climbs higher. There are several that have surpassed their June highs, but most are still trading below their respective June highs, Mangun said. Mangun said they are expecting less volatility with blue chips moving at its old pace as it recovers its remaining losses due to the pandemic. There are still several long-term concerns that investors are looking at, according to Mangun. The possibility of a second wave of COVID-19 infections remains on top of everyone's mind, Mangun said. Still, Mangun added, even if the Philippines doesn't see a second wave, the pace of the economy's recovery will influence investors in the coming months. For the stock picks, broker Regina Capital and Development Corporation advised investors to take profit on the stock of SM Investments Corporation as its technical indicators show extreme bullishness on the stock. Despite forming a bullish candle, investors with desirable positions might start to rake in their profits, Regina Capital said. The next support level, according to the broker, is cemented at 1,050 pesos. Meanwhile, resistance can be found around 1,139 pesos, Regina Capital said. The shares of SM Investments Corporation closed last Friday at 1,030 pesos apiece. On the other hand, the broker recommended to buy the stock of Ayala Land Incorporated as the bullishness on the stock may continue this week. The current market bullishness towards the stock may continue to be spilled over the week, Regina Capital said. The broker added it could be a good opportunity to increase one's position by hopping on the stock around 37 pesos and 75 centavos and place a stop loss around 35 pesos and 15 centavos. The shares of Ayala Land Incorporated closed last week at 39 pesos and 50 centavos apiece.
Thank you for listening to the Business Mirror podcast. For a broader look on business, follow us on Facebook and Twitter at Business Mirror. Until next time.